In lecture 3, we're going to clean up our masks and start moving them in the Z space. So if you want to follow along, the file is 03. And the first thing you may have noticed is I have actually colored all the layers. And I've just picked a random color for each one. I personally like to color layers. So for instance, if I needed 2 of the colors to be on the island, I would know to use 2 of the same colors. And it's just a nice, neat way to keep your file. So I'd really recommend using these colors. It's just a case of clicking this little box and then just choosing a color. So I've done that for all the layers. So let's start making it 3D. And the way to make it 3D is to click all of these boxes over here. And what that does, I will just turn one of them off. If I was to show you the position, press P for position. You have your X and your Y. I'll just undo that quickly. And then when you click this box, it also gives you a Z space. Now this is exactly how we do the 3D technique. And it's going to look amazing when you start moving a camera around. You're going to really see the depth and the parallax effect. So let's start with this one. Let's rename this water. And we essentially need to have the water at the very top layer because it's the one that's closest to us. So for this, we will keep this at 0. Let's move over to our next image, or our next layer. So on this one, I'll rename them as we go along. We'll call this the island _2. And we can put this layer just underneath the water layer. The next one, oh actually, we'll put the position first. So if we have water on 0, let's move this position back. Let's say around, let's go 200. And then let's use the scaling tool, which is S for scale. We'll move that one just slightly bigger. And then once we've positioned these, we can start cleaning up our masks. There we are. I'll just zoom in. Make sure that's looking okay. Let's have a look. Scale it just a little bit more. Position it back further. There we go. So we can round it off to 300. The next one, which is the water. We'll call this middle water. And we'll name that number 3. _ number 3. Position. Zoom out. So if that one's at 300, let's put this at 400. Let's scale that. Just a little bit more. Yeah, that seems about okay. Yep, that's looking good. And let's name this one wall _4. Bring this up here and same again. Oh, grabbed all of the wrong one. And again, there we are. Position. So the position of the middle water was 400. Let's put 450 on this one. Scale, and we'll scale it up. So as you can see, all we're doing is moving everything further back. Similar to the original Guess Who game I showed earlier. So we'll just get this scaled, line that up. That looks about right. And we can clean all this later. But for now, we just need a general depth. Next layer. Ah, yes. Now we're going to go into the buildings. Left, just go building. We'll put this on layer 5. I actually want all the buildings to be on the same layer. Well, this building, this one, and this one on the same layer, because this building's further back and this one's the one furthest back. I'll just keep that one there for now. I'll hide that. Where is the other one? There we are. Middle building, underscore 5. So put the 5s together. That one's too far back. Where is the other one? There we go. Right building underscore 5. There we are. So these three, if you select all three, position. If the wall is at 450, I'm going to put these at 500. Now I'm going to scale them individually. We're nearly there. There we are. Middle building. Scale this one up. I'm just using the cursors up and down when I have the scale selected, just to, you could either type in a number, drag, or just use your cursors up and down. If you hold shift, it goes up faster by 10. Let's go. I think I had it right the first time, yes. And then let's move over to the last few layers. Sky, we could just put this right at the very back. I'm not sure what number that will be just yet. Car park. I think the car park would be around the same as number 5, so let's put that one as 5. Car park. Underscore 5. So position, we'll go 500 again. Scale. And if you can't see anything, if it gets a bit messy, you can always click on this bit here. This hides all the masks. So let's get that slightly bigger. There we are, nearly there. And again, we can always clean the masks later. There's a couple of buildings. That's the furthest. We'll call this back building. That one will be 6. So again, 500, we can put the back building at 600. Scale them up. And then we'll rename this far building. Underscore 7. And then we can rename underscore 8. So for the far building, let's go back 600. Let's go for 700. Scale. That's about right. The sky. If that's at 700, let's put the sky as far back as 1000. Scale this up. There we go. So if you remember in the first lecture, I was talking about how this will look like a game of Guess Who. If you click on your cameras, click on Custom View 1, and if you use the C button, you can rotate and actually see what's going on. And this is what causes the depth and the parallax effect. If you press C again, you can move across, and then C again, it zooms. Just use it as a toggle for now. Or you can just click up here. Anyway, let's have all the frames selected. Minimize them all. And let's start cleaning up our masks. So the first thing we need to do is toggle this mask visibility. Go back to our selection tool, and if you click on water, you can see our mask over here. Let's zoom in with Control Plus, and let's start cleaning up our masks. Now, there's a couple of ways to do this. I would recommend sticking with the pen tool and the selection tool. You can use the selection tool to click the points and start cleaning this mask up like this. And if you need to add any more points, you click the pen tool and you can just add some more. So for the next few moments, I recommend you go around, clean every single mask up, each and every one, and if you need to add any points, go ahead. And in the next lesson, we'll start looking into cameras and adding the depth.